Good evening, I'm Nashika and this is chale.news. Tonight, a contractor gets arrested for refusing to hand over a completed children's hospital. A Supreme Court case that could decide whether Mahama ever runs again. Congo's Ebola death toll crosses 600, and the Black Stars could be left with zero coaching staff by August. Let's get into it. The Weija Children's Hospital standoff finally broke today, and it broke with an arrest. EOCO picked up the contractor after he refused to hand the completed 120-bed pediatric facility to Health Minister Kwabena Minta Akando. The hospital has been structurally done for over 2 years. 2 years. Children in Weija waiting, while a payment dispute kept the doors locked. Full breakdown on chale.news. Can Mahama run again in 2028? A Ghanaian teacher has taken that question straight to the Supreme Court. The argument: Mahama has already served 2 separate terms, so a third is constitutionally off the table. NPP MP Sami Awaku is calling it a trap, urging the president to retire with dignity. The presidency hasn't said a word yet. Abu Trica is in U.S. custody, but the way Ghana got him there is raising flags. Lawyer Amanda Akwokor Clinton isn't defending the fraud allegations. What she's questioning is the speed. His lawyer was reportedly turned away before the extradition. Was Ghana's own constitution followed? That's the uncomfortable question now on the table. This one's rare. The Electoral Commission's own staff union has gone public, demanding transparency, accountability, and real collective decision-making under Chairperson Jean Mensa. Internal dissent at the EC doesn't happen often. With 2028 approaching, the timing couldn't be louder. The dual citizenship public office bill is stalled. Again, the Council of State has advised Parliament to hold off on the constitutional amendment bill that would let dual citizens serve as ministers. First introduced in 2022, it's now been referred back to committee. The diaspora watching this one will know exactly how it feels. President Mahama has tasked the military with dredging major waterways, the first time Ghana's armed forces have been formally assigned infrastructure work of this kind. He also made monthly national cleanup days permanent, with Thursday's exercise kicking off the calendar. No budget or timeline published yet, but the announcement is the most concrete flood response commitment we've seen. The VP didn't mince words at the Finance Ministry today. Professor Naana Jane Opoku Agyemang said Ghana's debt is so enormous it's swallowing the money that should be building hospitals and roads, and she told the Finance Ministry not to get comfortable. When the VP is saying that publicly, you pay attention. The IEA is now forecasting the first annual drop in global oil demand since COVID, driven by the closure of the Strait of Hormuz amid the Iran conflict. Ghana's 2026 budget is built around petroleum revenue benchmarks. If those numbers fall, the budget takes a hit. Deeply uncomfortable timing. June 29th's floods are still sending shockwaves. Insurance claims are approaching 500 million Ghanaian cedis, a figure that MP and insurance expert Dr. Kingsley Agyemang warns could destabilize the entire sector. He's asking government to suspend VAT on non-motor insurance and offer tax relief before insurers start collapsing. Some good news on the economy. Ghana's cocoa marketing company has signed a multi-year supply deal with Gulf confectionery and beverage firms, UAE and Saudi Arabia. And crucially, it's for processed cocoa products, not raw beans. More value staying in Ghana. That's the direction this country needs to keep moving. Every single pregnant woman in Upper East Region attended antenatal care in the first half of this year, and 27 of them still died in childbirth. 100% coverage. 27 deaths. Officials blame late referrals and bad roads. But this is what an infrastructure failure looks like when you put human faces on it. Congo's Ebola outbreak, 600 dead, 1,759 confirmed cases, and now spreading to provinces with no known link to existing hotspots. That last part is the alarming bit. Ghana has still not issued a public health advisory. Full story on chale.news. The Black Stars situation keeps getting worse. Roger Dessau has confirmed he's out on July 31st when his contract ends. The same date K-Roz's future is still unresolved. Ghana could walk into August with no head coach and no assistant. The GFA has said nothing. Nothing. Brighter news on the football front. The Black Maidens are fully fit heading into Saturday's U17 Women's World Cup second leg qualifier against Senegal. No injuries, no concerns. Win this and the Maidens are at the World Cup. Let's go. Finally, Showboy has said something that deserves to be heard. The musician admitted publicly that he helped make smoking look cool, glamorized a reckless lifestyle, and now lives with memory loss as a result. He's asking young people not to follow the path he laid. It takes something to say that out loud. That's your July 10th evening digest. A lot moved today. Read deeper on every story at chale.news. I'm Nashika. Stay informed, stay well.